Welcome to Academy of English Excellence. I am your host, and today we are exploring a powerful mindset shift that will completely transform how you speak English. If you have ever felt hesitant, nervous, or stuck when trying to express your thoughts, this episode is designed specifically for you. In this lesson, we are going to dive into practical techniques for building natural English fluency. We will discuss why so many learners struggle to bridge the gap between understanding grammar rules and speaking effortlessly. By the end of this audio guide, you will have concrete tools to express yourself clearly and comfortably in any situation. Understanding the foundations of natural fluency. Many English learners believe that fluency requires a huge vocabulary or perfect mastery of complex grammar rules. However, real-world communication is not about perfection. It is about clarity, connection, and rhythm. When native speakers interact, they rely heavily on continuous phrasing, practical collocations, and simple recovery strategies. When you focus too much on grammar accuracy while speaking, your brain experiences cognitive overload. You start translating word for word from your native language. This creates long pauses, awkward phrasing, and unnecessary anxiety. Instead, the key to unlocking natural speech is shifting your focus from sentence translation to phrase building. Essential vocabulary for daily conversations. To express your ideas smoothly, you need functional vocabulary that connects thoughts naturally. Let us examine 3 key terms that native speakers use constantly in professional and informal conversations. First, consider the phrasal verb to follow up. To follow up means to check on something or take further action after a previous event or conversation. For example, instead of saying, "I will write an email to ask about the project status again," you can simply say, "I will follow up on that project tomorrow." Second, let us look at the idiom to get the hang of something. This phrase means to gradually learn how to do something or become familiar with a skill. For instance, if you are learning a new software or a new speaking technique, you might say, "It felt complicated at first, but I am slowly getting the hang of it." Third, consider the formal expression to reach a compromise. This means to arrive at an agreement where both sides make small concessions. In a business setting, you might hear someone say, "After a long discussion, we were finally able to reach a compromise." Grammar tips for smooth speaking. Many learners worry constantly about verb tenses, but mastering a few core structures will cover most of your communication needs. Today, let us focus on using the present perfect continuous tense to describe ongoing actions that started in the past. The structure for this tense is subject plus have been or has been plus the verb ending in ing. We use this structure when an activity began in the past and is still continuing now, or when its results are still visible. For example, compare these 2 sentences. "I studied English for 3 years." Versus, "I have been studying English for 3 years." The first sentence implies that your studies are finished. The second sentence communicates that you started 3 years ago and are still actively learning right now. Another great example is describing work. Saying, "She has been working on this report all morning," emphasizes the duration and continuous effort of her action. Using this structure adds depth to your spoken English and clearly shows how time relates to your activities. Common mistakes and how to avoid them. Even advanced learners occasionally fall into subtle language traps. Identifying these common mistakes will make your speech instantly cleaner and more precise. One frequent error involves using the wrong preposition after the verb discuss. Many learners say, "We need to discuss about the new schedule." However, discuss already contains the idea of talking about something. Therefore, using about after discuss is redundant. The correct sentence is simply, "We need to discuss the new schedule." Another common mistake happens with the words listen and hear. Listen requires the preposition to when an object follows. Many people accidentally say, "I love listening music." The correct phrasing is, "I love listening to music." Here, on the other hand, does not require to. For instance, you say, "I can hear the sound from here." A third subtle mistake involves confusing fun and funny. Fun describes an enjoyable activity, while funny describes something that makes you laugh. If you enjoyed a party, say, "The party was fun." If a comedian made you laugh, say, "The comedian was funny." Conflating these two terms can create funny misunderstandings in conversation. Real-life communication scenarios. Now let us apply these principles to a real-life situation, such as participating in a workplace meeting or social gathering. Imagine someone asks for your opinion on a proposal, but you need a brief moment to gather your thoughts. Instead of staying completely silent, which can create uncomfortable tension, use structured fillers or clarification phrases. These are essential tools for maintaining control of the conversation without feeling rushed. For instance, if you need a moment to think, you can say, "That is an interesting question. Let me think about that for a second." This signals to the listener that you are preparing an answer, keeping the flow natural. If you did not fully catch what the other person said, avoid saying just "what." Instead, use polite clarification expressions like, "Could you elaborate on that point?" or "Would you mind rephrasing that?" These phrases show confidence, high proficiency, and respect for the conversation. Interactive speaking practice. Now it is time to put these ideas into practice using the shadowing method. Shadowing is an effective language technique where you listen to a phrase and repeat it immediately afterward, copying the rhythm, stress, and intonation. I will read 3 sentences slowly, pausing naturally between phrases. Repeat each phrase out loud, mimicking my voice as closely as possible. Sentence 1. I have been focusing on improving my spoken English every single day. Repeat that now. I have been focusing on improving my spoken English every single day. Sentence 2. It takes a bit of practice, but you will definitely get the hang of it. Try repeating that. It takes a bit of practice, but you will definitely get the hang of it. Sentence 3. If you ever miss a detail, politely ask the speaker to clarify. Repeat that phrase. If you ever miss a detail, politely ask the speaker to clarify. Practicing these phrases out loud builds muscle memory in your mouth and tongue. The more you practice speaking complete phrases rather than isolated words, the more natural your speech will sound. Building your daily English habit. Consistency is far more important than intensity when learning a language. Studying for 15 minutes every day produces significantly better results than studying for 5 hours once a week. Create a daily routine that integrates English into your existing habits. For example, listen to an English podcast like this one during your morning commute. Speak out loud to yourself while preparing meals or walking. Describe what you are doing in simple sentences. Say things like, "Now I am preparing breakfast." After this, I will check my emails. This simple technique trains your brain to process thoughts directly in English. Over time, it eliminates the habit of translating from your native language, allowing real fluency to emerge naturally. Conclusion and next steps. Mastering English fluency is a journey built on small, consistent steps. By focusing on practical phrases, mastering essential grammar patterns, correcting common errors, and practicing daily out loud, you will build unwavering speaking confidence. Thank you for tuning in to this podcast episode on Academy of English Excellence. If you found this lesson helpful, please remember to subscribe to Academy of English Excellence for more continuous audio guides and practical learning resources. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and I will see you in the next episode.